Hello powerful minds. Habit is something that is cultivated within us due to repetition of anything, whether it is for good or bad. Good habits makes our life better. On the other hand, bad habits are ones that somehow destroys our life. So today in this video we will learn some scientific steps to quit bad habits. So let's get started. Step 1. Sync your stress levels. Many habits including smoking or excess sugar consumption, involve the brain's dopamine system. Dopamine is a feel-good chemical that transmits signals between neurons in the brain. The first time you engage in a new rewarding behavior, you get a euphoric feeling from doing it as a result of a dopamine release. This leads to changes in both the connections between neurons and the brain systems responsible for actions, and can largely account for why we start to form bad habits in the first place. Some solutions to sync your stress level is to try to get more sleep, exercise regularly and opt for stress reduction techniques like meditation, which can all work to increase willpower and overall brain health. Step 2. Know your cues. Habits have three main parts: a cue, a routine and a reward. Cues are the context where you tend to engage in the behavior. If you're a smoker, for example, the cue might be work breaks. If you're a dessert lover, it might be simply scouring the dessert menu. You're most likely to relapse in the context of when you've done it before. Knowing your triggers can help you avoid them. It is said that smokers dispose of items like ashtrays that might remind them of their habit, or people who are trying to cut back on drinking should avoid walking by the bar they always pop into for happy hour. It's always better to know your cues and act according to it. Step 3. Replace a bad habit with a good one. Instead of trying to stop doing something it's hard to stop a behavior, start doing something else. We are action-oriented creatures. Some studies have shown that the more you suppress your thoughts, the more likely you are to think about that thought or even revert back to that bad habit. A 2008 study in appetite found that those who suppressed their thoughts about eating chocolate exhibited a behavioral rebound effect, where they consumed significantly more chocolate than those who didn't. Similarly, a 2010 study published in Psychological Science found that smokers who tried to restrain their thoughts about smoking wound up thinking about it even more. If you're a smoker and you tell yourself not to smoke, your brain still hears smoke. Conversely, if you tell yourself to chew gum every time you want a cigarette, your brain has a more positive concrete action to do. Forming a new habit takes time and commitment. A study found it took an average of 66 days for a behavior to change, though time varied from 18 to 254 days. So don't be discouraged if it takes longer than you might expect. Step 4. Have a better reason for quitting. Even if you replace a bad habit with a better one, sometimes the original vice will have a stronger biological reward than its substitute. For example, your brain knows that gum is not nicotine and therefore won't produce the same euphoric feeling that smoking a cigarette would. This is where the importance of having an intrinsic motivation comes into play. Intellectually, we know that quitting smoking is good for our health, and limiting how many burgers we eat might help us lose weight. But rooting habit changes in specific and personal reasons. Giving up smoking for good may mean spending more years with your family, or eating healthier may give you more energy for those outdoor adventures you used to enjoy. These provides a stronger dose of motivation. Step 5. Set better goals. Rather than focusing on a more general goal like I will not grab a cookie on the way out of the cafeteria, imagining more specifically how you'll implement this goal into your daily life. Examining how you've responded to the situation in the past and determining what you can do to avoid the cookies in the future, might be all it takes to break the habit. This may mean simply not walking by the rack of sweets itself. It's always going to be easier to react based on something you've already planned out in the past, versus trying to come up with a new plan on the fly. Plus, thinking about how exactly you're going to do something helps you develop the mindset that you can do something. You just have to believe in yourself, and within short span of time you will achieve what you always wanted to. That's all for this video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button, comment your thoughts in the comment section, and subscribe this channel for more powerful tips.